Right, hello everybody, it's Dr. Bloo here. Welcome to the Borderlands 3 Guns, Love and Tentacles DLC review. Second DLC came out for Borderlands 3 quite a while ago, and they're even actually starting news on the third one now, so I'm a little bit late to this, but a lot of stuff came up, internet went shit, etc, you know all about it anyway. But let's get into it. So the Guns, Love and Tentacles DLC premise is that it's a destination of wedding of Hammerlock and Wainwright, and has like big cult ties. They accidentally choose a planet where it has like a massive cult, but there was no information about the planet, so they didn't know that. And their new wedding planner is like trying to sort stuff out for them, and I've got to sort stuff out for them, and there's a bunch of stuff. I won't spoil it too much because there is a spoiler section in this, because there is a story kind of thing to this, so I won't spoil it too much. If you want to know more about it, please go to the spoiler section later in the review. But yeah, it's the destination wedding of Hammerlock and Wainwright. And so first of all, first impressions, I had some patch notes to read through. The level cap has been increased to 57 from 53, so there's 4 more levels, 4 more abilities that you can get. There were some bug fixes, including some cosmetics, so cosmetics people didn't get previously have all been given them now. However, I've still got some things missing. And this whole thing is kind of a wedding celebration on the icy planet of Xylorgus. So, what was good about this DLC? What was the features? Well, first of all, I have to say the map design was astounding for a DLC. The map is pretty huge, and it had multiple sections. I think there's like 5 or 6 different sections, I think. And there's some of them are absolutely massive, some of them are small, but some of them are massive. There's like this whole vehicle area, Naguna Shai, you know, the whole ship thing. There's tons of beautiful, great big open areas by our sides. Hell yeah. Yeah, that is cool. I really like that. Yeah, it's awesome. I love big, awesome monsters, and that one's like dead, so what the fuck killed it? You know, I want to find that out. Right, here we go. Oh god, we're right here. Oh, that's great. It still looks kind of alive. But, ah, man, I love this level design. Like, it's inside this fucking dead monster. I love this. They had kind of new designs for everything. There was a whole chest design based on Xylorgus. It was like a kind of chest with tentacles that would untangle to open up the chest for you. It was actually really cool. There were also these like little portals you could get on the wall to be chests as well. That was actually really creative. And then the bosses on top of this DLC, some of the boss design was awesome. They were really creative and like really well designed. Right. Time to see what this Wendigo looks like. Here we go. Oh wow! Whoa! Ew! Juice moose on the moose. Some were kind of just reskins of current enemies, but we'll get to that later in the criticisms. Speaking of enemy designs, there were new enemy designs. Everyone was kind of like, had these cursed eyes kind of thing because of the cult, so like the cult would curse them, and some even went as far as to worship the cult so much that they kind of turned into these tentacle creatures, so they were like little tentacle enemies. Bandits and psychos had like red glowing eyes and blue skin. It was actually really cool and really dope. You could kind of tell they were reskins, but they did still look really cool, and some of the new enemies were actually new as well. Like there was a reanimator that would revive people, there was like a guy that could get his shield back after you knocked it away from him, stuff like that. There were some new creative enemies. What's he got? That's a shield? A like living shield? Whoa, these enemy designs are really cool. I really like their robes and shit. It looks really awesome. Look at this guy. That looks awesome. That looks great. He's even got like a... Oh, he grows tentacles. What are these? Tentacle minions? What is this? A vending machine placement was top-notch, as was fast travel placement, although 1 or 2 more couldn't have hurt in terms of fast travel points, but the vending machines were perfect. And then there's the town of Xylorgus. Everyone's got these weird, funny curses. Everyone has kind of black blood streaming from their eyes, and they've got like a weird curse that's unique to them. One guy is constantly falling, one girl's constantly thinking the floor is lava, one girl, whenever she speaks, she vomits. It's really funny. Hello, how you doing that?
Do you need some help?
I don't know. I just started falling one day, and now I can't stop. This is a living hell!
You know, I'd like to help, but this feels like it's way outside my realm of expertise, which generally includes shooting stuff and looting stuff, usually in that order.
Okay, yeah, I get that. But, if you happen to meet, like, a kindly old wizard or something, could you send them my way?
Sure, man. I'll keep my eyes peeled for a kindly old wizard. Hey, how's it going?
Oh, me? I'm good. It's just that, see, anytime I hear a specific word, I go stiff as a board and fall over. So, whatever you do,
What's
don't
the word?
say the word.
But I don't even know what the word is.
Yeah, and we should probably keep it that way.
Fair enough.
Aardvark, abacus, abandon, abbot, abbreviate.
It was one of those.
I'm sure he'll be fine in a few
Yes, it was one of those. And then speaking of the characters, the wedding planner who I mentioned earlier is actually Gage from Borderlands 2. She's back. She's been their wedding planner. She's really awesome. Her character has not changed a bit. And it's really fun to have her there. She's kind of like a main part of the story. And it's just good to see some more friendly faces again. In Borderlands 3, when I first reviewed it, I was like, I want this to be the game where everyone comes back, you know, we round up everyone, and we didn't, but we are starting to do that, so maybe we can go and find absolutely everyone in these DLCs, but we've only got 2 left, so I'm not too sure, but I'm hoping we are. And then the atmosphere of some of the sets for the story was pretty amazing. So without spoiling the story too much, there's 2 scientists that kind of get involved in the cult, and you kind of go through the mountaintop and then through their ship, and the atmosphere in there, like, you know, it's an abandoned ship left behind by them, and like the sirens are still going off in there, like the red emergency lights are still on, like you can kind of just, it feels like they've left just that moment because the atmosphere is so good in this DLC, and the storytelling is just really amazing. It's top notch sometimes, and I wish Borderlands would do it more instead of just, you know, kind of the funny stuff. We like the funny stuff, don't get me wrong, but Borderlands showed in this DLC that they are capable of some amazing storytelling, and better, even better, they are capable of some amazing storytelling through environments. This music is trippy right now, like the atmosphere in general. Like, it's kind of an eerie soundtrack. I'm learning the past of these 2 lovers. The alarm is like kind of flashing in the background. You can hear it going off. It's kind of cool, actually. I'm liking it. I really like the atmosphere right now. Exploring the old ruins of a loved couple, you know. Feels very like it feels very abandoned. It's really cool. I actually really like it right now. And then also, this isn't going to be in the review, but Borderlands, did you give me a cheeky little Dr. Blue reference again? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. As you guys might know, in the first DLC, they had 3 blue eyeballs equals a blue weapon in the slot machines, and I was like, is that me? But not really. This time, they had a massive fucking blue eyeball that stares at you in Curse Haven, I think it's called. And it just follows you around, and I'm like, guys, is this me? Are you referencing me again? Probably not. Alright, let's be real, they're probably not. But I thought it was really cool to mention, so maybe it's about me, maybe it's not, who knows? I don't know if they watch these reviews or not, but I thought that was really funny and really cute, so I just wanted to mention that. It won't affect the score. Borderlands, I swear to God, if that's another fucking reference to me, the eyewitness, it's like a fucking big, massive blue eyeball thing. Oh god, another black eye thing. Yeah, holy shit, no. It's a blue eyeball, dude. Like, the iris is blue and the actual thing is blue. Does it track you around the map? Dude, it fucking tracks you. That's so weird. Is that another Dude, alright, I know it says eyewitness, but is that a fucking little reference to me again? Because you remember in the Handsome Jack pot thing, there was the 3 blue eyeballs and you get a blue weapon? And this is like a blue fucking eyeball thing with a blue iris. Is that you, Borderlands? Is that you? Are you doing this on purpose? Are they purposefully teasing me like this? That fucking thing moves. Are they purposefully doing that? I don't know. I don't know. I want to think it's for me. It's probably not, but I want to think it is. Are you secretly seeing my streams, Borderlands? Are you secretly seeing my reviews? If you are, please let me know. It would make my day. That's fucking awesome. That's awesome. I'm going to include that in the review, but it won't affect the score. And then criticisms. So in terms of cosmetics, the ones we did get weren't that great. I've actually got like a little image here that I'll throw up on screen. They're not actually that amazing, especially, again, Mose. She doesn't really get the greatest heads. But on top of that, Earl still had no new cosmetics to buy. I have about 3,000 iridium now. I have nothing to spend it on. It's going to waste. Please give Earl some new cosmetics, Borderlands, so I can go and buy them, because I've got so much down iridium and I've got nothing to spend it on except the vending machines, and the vending machines are fucking scam. Alright, so the slot machines, I mean. But anyway, yeah, give us some new cosmetics, please. I want to spend all this iridium. The inventory system is still laggy. It's been like this since the start of the game. I think last DLC they did patch it a bit, and now I don't know what they've done, but they've made it worse, and it's still really bad and really laggy, and it's really annoying. Please fix the inventory lag. I don't know if it's better on PC, but on Xbox at least, it's still here. Please fix it, Borderlands. It makes me kind of dread having to go into my inventory all the time. And then we've got kind of some reused ice textures. You can kind of tell really well in this clip that it's a little bit reused. Oh, give me my Prezi. Well, there's... Okay, the ice textures are a little bit reused, and from up here you can kind of tell. Alright, who's Prezi? And then the spoilers section. If you want to avoid spoilers, skip to this time on this timestamp right here to avoid spoilers. Otherwise, if you don't care, then carry on. And then the spoiler section. It's quite a large spoiler section because there's kind of some good bits and some bad bits. And like, as I said, the storytelling in this DLC is really, really good. So we'll kind of go through those now. So the storytelling is that, you know, Wainwright, he interrupts this wedding kind of thing of, I think her name's Victoria. No, it's Eleanor. Eleanor and Vincent. She interrupts their kind of wedding thing. We fight Vincent. He dies. He sacrifices his dude. The ring that he was wearing that he's bonded to Eleanor through goes on to Wainwright. Wainwright goes through this whole kind of curse thing. We're slowly becoming Vincent. And you fight them inside of this big tentacle monster, Githian. It's actually an escaped vault monster, but it's dead, but its heart still functions on its own. And you kind of fight Vincent, Eleanor, and the heart at the end of this DLC as Wainwright kind of, you know, progresses into Vincent as it kind of goes on. And actually, the Valentine's Day event was kind of a precursor event to this. As you can see, the kind of heart with the tentacle thing, I mentioned back then in that DLC, I wish we'd had some sort of like heart tentacle monster to fight thing. I got my wish, because that's what we did in this DLC, so it's kind of obvious that that was a precursor to this event now, which is actually kind of really cool. They kind of laid some of the groundwork for it for us. And as I said, the story is that Githian is dead, but his heart still beats as it exists separately. That's why the cultists are always chanting, "The heart still beats," stuff like that. Scientists, Vincent and Eleanor, they weren't always like, you know, immortals. They were Vincent and Eleanor scientists. They were investigated and corrupted somehow, and blessed with eternal life, of which they run this corrupted cult, and Githian is an escaped vault monster. The only thing is, and the reason I say they were corrupted somehow, is a lot of this story and background is told through echo logs, which aren't always in kind of plain view either. There's actually an achievement to go find all the echo logs because they kind of want you to reveal the whole story. Please, like, don't in future tell the story through echo logs, like, or at least if you do, make it really obvious to find them, because I feel like I don't know how they were corrupted. I just know they found this heart piece, Vincent became obsessed with it, and then all of a sudden they're both cursed. You know, it's like, because I've missed some echo logs, I'm gonna have to go back and go get them, but you know, please don't tell the story through echo logs. It makes it a bit shit if I can't find them, because then I have no idea what's going on. The story gets much better at this place called Negul Nashai, which is like this mountaintop thing. You know, as I said earlier, the atmosphere gets really good around there. You climb this kind of mountain, and you go into their ship to kind of find this piece of Githian's heart that you can use to bring down this barrier that they've got around the wedding venue, which is where the final boss fight is. And you got to go find it in there. And like the atmosphere in there is incredible. And through this DLC, you know, they said Githian was an escaped vault monster. I was like, oh my god, I'm really hoping we get to go into the vault he escaped from. And I would actually really have liked to fight Githian, but he's dead anyway, so that's not the point. But there is no vault in this DLC. I'm really hoping for a vault in a future DLC, because you know what I want? I want to see them make a new vault like the last one on Necrotafeo, where it had that beautiful sky thing. I want to see them make a new vault that looks as beautiful as that, but it's completely different, you know? I want to see a completely different vault design. I want to give them the chance to kind of do that, but we don't get to see a vault in this DLC. I hope we get to see one in future ones, but we don't get to see one here, even though Githian is escaped vault monster. Maybe he didn't escape from a vault on Xylorgus, maybe it was from somewhere else, and he just made his way to Xylorgus. I don't know. All I know is that he's dead atop a mountain, he's an escaped vault monster, and we do not get to go inside his vault. As I said, the boss design was really cool earlier, but their play style and fighting isn't. So the last vault, kind of, not vault monster, but the last boss, Githian's Heart, Vincent, Eleanor, is just kind of the Agonizer 3000, because it's like a little arena circled around this dude, and he kind of fights in the exact same way as well, so it's a bit like, come on, what's going on here? If you can kind of tell, it feels cloned, and then, you know, kind of bosses 1 and 2 are like just upgraded versions of the little guys you fight throughout the game anyway, and they're not that creative in terms of redesign, so the bosses could have been better. The Wendigo was actually really good. He was a completely new kind of fighter, completely new, you know, fighting tactic, completely new design. The Wendigo was really cool, but as for the rest, they were kind of average, and some were even kind of obvious duplicates. Love will consume you. Alright, here we go. I can't just...
My beloved, I think I'll toy with
This is
them
just
for a
like
little
the
while.
fucking arena
It'll be
for
so fun.
fighting the other guy.
Oh, take your time.
The... you know what his
We
name
have
is, right?
all the
I
time
know what his
in
name
the
is.
world.
The Agonizer 3000 or whatever. This is the same. This is the same arena, except like less traps, and I'm just fighting her. Yeah, this is exactly like that arena. Wow. Oh my god, it's got tentacles now. Oh my god, it is like the fucking... oh shit! It is just like the fucking Agonizer 3000. That was a trap and it tried to slice me, just like they do in the Agonizer. Seriously? This is a bit... I'm seeing a little bit of reuse, although the design is different and amazing. The boss fight is kind of identical. And then at some point when you go into the ship and you get that heart piece, you stick it in Death Trap, and he kind of gets to the point where he dies, but then he kind of comes back. And when he dies, I think it would have been much more awesome for Death Trap to become evil because of the heart piece, or turn against us, or at least like kind of maybe fully die, because he just kind of gets back up and then uses that heart piece to absolutely eviscerate everyone, which, don't get me wrong, I think it's awesome, but I think it would have been much more cool storytelling for Death Trap to become evil. Like if we had to kill him, that would have been really cool, as we haven't had a character death since the kind of main DLC, so I think that would have been awesome. But it's not the way they wrote it, but I think that was a massive missed opportunity there. Even he can be, you know, friendly again afterwards, like maybe we just have to knock the shit out of him or something, but, you know, maybe he can't use the heart piece or something like that, but I think that would have been much more rich storytelling if they'd have gone through with that. And as I mentioned, Githian's Heart Chamber is the same platform as Carnivore's boss, which is the Agonizer 3000, and they kind of fight the same as well. And then this whole quest line for Burton Briggs, the investigator in the Eyewitness, you know, that big blue eyeball place. He has a whole quest line about his dead ghost daughter. And if you don't play this DLC for the main storyline, I recommend you play it just for the Burton Briggs storyline, because I think it's some of the best in the DLC. It's actually really incredible. The only thing I'm sad about is that when we did the whole thing, the black kind of thing didn't come from his eyes. Like it didn't disappear or fade away because we kind of solved his curse. I wish it had, because Burton's thing is that he forgets everything. That's his curse. So he didn't know about this whole dead daughter thing, and then he goes and finds out, and he looks like he retains his memory forever now, so that's kind of fixed his curse. So I hoped the blood would have disappeared from his eyes, but it doesn't. But I think Burton Briggs' storyline is just some of the best in the entire DLC, and if anything, just that makes it worth playing. I think that maybe should have expanded on Burton Briggs' his quest line, to be honest, and maybe made that the main thing, either for this DLC or maybe the next DLC, because it was really fucking good.
You want me to go into the big scary portal? Okay, why not?
Alright, I'll go in a void. Whoa. What the fuck?
Just... whoa.
Dude, this quest line is fucking amazing. Holy shit. I won't show you the whole quest, I'll just kind of show you that little snippet from it, even though I've kind of already spoiled it or whatever. But I really recommend, even if you do just play this DLC, do the Burton Briggs quest line, because it is really fucking good. And if you're like, oh, Dr. Blue, why didn't you show us the whole thing? It's the spoiler section. Well, it's the spoiler section, but it's a review, it's not a playthrough. If you do want to see that, you can go to my playlist of past live streams or whatever. I'm not going to show it in the review, but it is really good. I recommend you do play it. And so overall, this DLC gave us a fresh new planet with some awesome storylines and bosses to fight, but the bosses weren't diverse enough and they kind of felt cloned. The map design and level design, however, and even soundtrack in some places, was astounding. At $14.99, the price is about right. Maybe for this DLC, though, it could be a little bit cheaper. I'm going to rate this game a 7 out of 10. It's right in the middle, but on the upper side, because it is a good DLC, but it is just missing some parts that could make it into those 8s, 9s, 10s, that could make it really fantastic. I think this game is good, but it's just not that good, so hence it gets a 7 out of 10. The DLC is really good in places, and the storytelling is awesome, but most bosses feel cloned and not diverse enough, with the exception of 1 or 2 like the Wendigo. Should you buy it? I can actually recommend it for the level design and the story and the atmosphere, but even just the Burton Briggs questline alone, I think makes this DLC so worth it. So that was the review for the Borderlands 2nd DLC, Guns, Love and Tentacles. They've announced a 3rd one. I plan to review that. I actually kind of want to do the little cartels mansion thing first, and that was kind of like a small update thing. I want to do that, but I feel like I'm starting to fall behind on it, so I'm going to try and get my internet fixed soon so I can start streaming that. If it gets to the point where it's like, okay, it's still not fixed, but the 3rd thing is coming out, I'm just going to skip it and just do the 3rd DLC. But that was it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you giving me your eyeballs, Blue Dudes. I'll see you when I see you. Bye.